Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for my little brother. It's about your height, a bit leaner, definitely less gray in the temples.
Sam?
Good to see you again, Nathan. I'm in a lot of trouble here.
Welcome to our review of Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, the last entry, as far as we know, by Naughty Dog in the Uncharted franchise. And what a finish. Uncharted 4 takes off a couple years after the events of Uncharted 3.
Yep.
And we're back with Nate, and he gets reunited with his brother Sam, who we haven't seen before in the game, but obviously we learn a lot about them in this game. And because of certain circumstances, we now are chasing the treasure of a Captain Avery, an old pirate.
And because of that chase, we see the obsession, the greed, and the want for glory that both Nate, Raft, one of the main villains, whatever his name is, he's got a ridiculous name, and Sam's obsession with the chase for the gold.
That glory and gold. And basically how that tests out their individual relationships between especially Nate and Elena. This game also did a really good job of kind of pacing and plot progression throughout the game. Every quiet moment was just as thrilling to watch as the most action-paced moments in the game. And the villains in this were very well developed. I thought, like, every time they came onto screen, I was excited to see what was happening. There was history there, and I mean, without giving too much away, the dynamic between kind of your protagonist and antagonist in the game is very well done.
There's even moments where I thought I almost wanted to know just as much about the villains as I did with the protagonists.
Yeah.
Okay, so for gameplay, this game, obviously it's a shooter, so they did a fantastic job on the gunplay.
Good job, yeah.
And if you didn't know, it's also a fairly well developed platforming game when you're not in a crazy gunfight.
Yep. When you're not shooting shit up, you're climbing shit.
Yeah, pretty much. And then in certain situations, you have crazy, enormous set pieces that you have to rather like quick time through or just
Navigate through. Yeah. Really well done. There's also new mechanics. So if you've played other Uncharted games, Uncharted 1, 2, 3, you will be introduced to new mechanics in this game, such as a rope that you use throughout the game to kind of latch on to
a grappling hook.
Grappling hook or rope, I guess. Yeah, kind of both. You use to latch onto branches or cliff sides or boxes to kind of help you traverse the platforming elements of the game.
Yeah.
There are slides in there where you're sliding around like a crazy man. Vehicles are now in Uncharted, and actually really good job. The best analogy I could use in this is it's kind of like a Halo scenario where it's mainly a shooting game, but the vehicle helps you traverse the environment in certain levels, and it's just very well done in this case. And the pacing of the variation in gameplay is pretty good too. So you're not platforming for too long before you initiate in a fight, and you're also not fighting for too long before the gameplay changes up again. So it's got a very nice pace and very nice gameplay dynamic throughout.
Yeah. There's also lots of elevation changes in large environments. Obviously, you need large environments for vehicles and stuff. But there also some of the areas are just very large, and it's really nice for
lots of elevation too for fights and stuff.
Yeah. So it's not a lot of fights don't get really boring. They're really usually fairly entertaining.
Yeah. And the AI in the game is also generally well designed. Like the enemy AI is crazy good. They will flank you no matter where you are, and you won't know how. The ally AI, so the people that are with you, like Elena or Sam or whoever is kind of alongside you, their AI is sometimes a little inconsistent as far as how well they support you.
Yeah.
But in general, the enemy AI in this game is
for the most part, most of the AI is pretty good. Just sometimes. not so much.
So as far as content, there's definitely a lot here. I think it's definitely worth the price, but you get about a 12-hour campaign in this guy, and that's just if you're kind of running through it on its normal, moderate difficulty.
If you're just kind of just trying to push through the story pretty much.
Yeah, and the other thing is like it is pretty replayable. Like you're probably going to replay it again on a harder difficulty and kind of find some more unlocks or some more story hints in the environment on your second playthrough. But they also have a cool feature that allows you to select not only missions and chapters, but big set pieces and fights within those chapters. So as far as replayability, there's a lot there because you could just go in the menu, find your favorite set piece or fight, and launch right into it without having to play through the whole chapter.
Yeah. And with that type of stuff, it makes kind of the campaign really worth the price.
Yeah.
And kind of, I don't know, I thought it was worth the I think it's
$70. Yeah.
Canadian, by the way.
Yeah, in this case, yeah.
And then you also have treasures that you can find in the game. Like if you go way out of the way sometimes, or not even that much, you'll find some treasures that can help you unlock some of the, I guess there's rendering.
Crazy game modes.
Yeah, crazy game modes, like rendering modes where it changes the whole like texture of like how it looks, like from 8-bit to
rainbows.
Yeah, to ASC2, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Where it's just a whole bunch of numbers on the screen that are different colors.
And anyways, there's lots of content there for you guys to plow through, and it is definitely worth, in my opinion, the entry-level price. The campaign, just on a real quick side note, the story in this game and the campaign and the kind of experience that you get is not only better than basically every other game that I've played out there, aside from a very select few, but it's actually a better, I think, experience than most movies are, just of the quality of the writing and the cinematics in this game.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Okay, so for graphics and finish, I believe this is probably one of the best looking games
Agreed.
at the time. It might change in a few days when Doom comes out, but
We'll
you
see.
never know. You never know. Naughty Dog makes some pretty good game engines for the generation that they're dealing with. So
I think bar none right now, this game, like I think the other big third-person action game, or the two other third-person action games that really impressed me were Quantum Break and Tomb Raider this year. And this game is like a whole nother level above those already in terms of graphical quality and animation and just everything. It's a beautiful game. You'll take one look at it, it'll blow your mind. The whole thing looks like a cinematic, and I just think it runs stable too. Like at the fidelity that I was running at, it's always a locked 30 frames, at least from my experience. Like maybe when it was loading in a level, it dropped to like 25 for like a second, but in general, the
it's
frame
fairly
rate
smooth.
holds up very well. And there's very few glitches and bugs. I came across one glitch that was nowhere near gameplay breaking.
Yeah,
I think I got a couple.
I think I got like 2 or 3, but
Yeah. But that's a couple seconds in a basically for most people 15-hour gameplay experience.
it's not like all of a sudden I'm going around a corner and a guy's flying through a wall killing me. So it's like, yeah. So Uncharted 4 is definitely a story-driven game that always leaves you wanting more.
Every quiet moment in the game is just as thrilling as the most exciting fights. Everything is very well balanced, feels really nice. This game, Sam, is what we over here at Hammer On call a masterpiece. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely worth your $70 if you like story-driven games.
If you have a PS4, buy this game. If you don't have a PS4, buy a PS4 for this game.
Yeah, it's definitely worth being in your library of games.
Yeah. If you're a gamer, you gotta play this game. You just can't hate on it. If you do, there's something wrong with you. But,
yeah. You must not like stories.
Anyways, that's all for our review here. But let us know what you thought down below. We were obviously very enthused about this game.
Yeah.
This was the game I myself bought a PlayStation 4.
As me as well. Actually, to be completely honest, I've never even really played any Uncharted games before this one. I played 3 just to quickly get like a quick idea. But if you've never played 1 to 3, I'd still pick this one up. It's not like you need to understand the first 3 to really understand like what's going on in this one. So
yeah, it gives you some backstory, but it's not that crazy. And follow us on our site. So give the video a like if you liked our content, and subscribe if you want to stick around. We'll probably have a spoiler in-depth discussion in about a week or so. And anyways, guys, have a good one.
Fuck.
It's all good. Just keep going until you stop, and then I'm gonna be looking. I'm gonna be like, okay, he's got these 3, and then I'll just keep going. You literally said, and then you rehashed the whole thing again. And I was like, this is the best example of a game and movie cinematic experience. And then you literally went totally backwards of how you said it. This is a movie. I was like, what did he just fucking? We're gonna get this done at some point. Okay.